The Northmen tell this story about the death of Baldr. It begins with dark dreams. Night after night, Baldr dreams of his own death, and the gods fear for his life. So Baldr's mother makes everything in the world: fire, water, iron, stone, earth, wood, beasts, birds, serpents, poison, sickness, swear an oath not to harm her son. One by one, they each make their vow. Neither weapons nor wood will injure him, Baldr's mother boasts. Only Loki, father of Hela, the mistress of death, is not amused. The gods feast and rejoice and amuse themselves by throwing spears and stones at Baldr, striking at him with sword and axe. But he comes to no harm, whatever they do. The gods never cease to wonder at this great marvel. But Loki shapes himself into a woman and asks Baldr's mother, "Is it really true that all things promise to keep him safe?" "I did not ask the mistletoe," Baldr's mother confesses. "I thought it was too young." Oh dear. Loki makes a dart out of mistletoe and goes to the gods as they throw things at Baldr. The blind god, Druth, was there. Loki asks him why he wasn't taking part. Druth says, "I cannot see where Baldr stands, and even if I could see him, I have no weapon." Loki replies, "Here is a wand. I will tell you where he stands." And Druth throws the mistletoe at Baldr. It pierces through him, and to everyone's horror, Baldr is killed. And for this, Druth is slain. The Northmen tell how the gods mourned Baldr. His body was to be burnt on his ship, but they could not manage to push it into the sea, and sent for a giantess to do it. She comes riding a wolf and has vipers for her reins. She pushes Baldr's ship into the sea with such force that the ground shakes and the rollers burst into flames. When Baldr's wife sees his body carried onto the ship, her heart bursts with grief, and she dies. She's put next to her husband, and the pyre is lit, sending the dead to hell. But even so, the gods cannot accept his death. Overcome with grief, the gods send Hermod to ride to hell and ask Hela to let Baldr return home. "All the gods are weeping," he says. "Are they?" asks Hela. "We shall see if he is truly missed. If everything in the world will weep for him, he shall go back to the gods. But if even one thing refuses, Baldr stays with me." The gods send messengers everywhere. "Weep for Baldr! Weep him out of hell!" And everything wept. Men, beasts, earth, stone, trees, metal, everything. Except for a giantess they found in a cave. "Baldr was never my friend," she says. "Let hell keep what she has." The Northmen say that the giantess must have been Loki in disguise. The Northmen tell how the gods punished Loki for Baldr's death. They captured him and took him to a cave. They fetched his 2 sons and turned one into a wolf, and he ripped his brother apart. The gods used Loki's own son's entrails to tie him down, and turned these bonds to iron, and dangled a poisonous serpent over his face, so that its venom would drip onto him. Each time the venom drips onto Loki's face, he writhes in agony. The Northmen say that is the cause of earthquakes. A reminder, perhaps, that if even gods must accept death, then so must we.